Hey guys, Game Hacking Mom here. We are going to talk about Minecraft. Today we're going to create a character and we're going to start a world. So the first thing that you'll notice on the right hand side is I have my character. I've created this character. We'll talk more about how to change characters in a minute. And you'll see my gamer tag at the top. It says Game Hacking Mom. If you were not signed into your account, it would just say Steve. That's the default Minecraft character. So it's important that as you get to playing the game, maybe not if you tend to just play at home, but if you're planning on having different worlds and all that kind of thing, is creating a profile and signing in so that you can have your gamer tag and meet up with friends and that kind of thing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to mess around with our character and what he looks like or she looks like. So we're going to click on profile, and you'll see the first thing that you'll notice is that you can actually create different ones, which is actually really cool. So I could play in one world looking like this character, but then in another world I could play as a totally different character. So we'll actually start that here. So I'm going to go to the character that I want to edit, and then you click create character, and you'll notice that there's a few different things that you can work with. So they have body to change what he looks like, what the physical characteristics are, and style, which is kind of their clothes that they're wearing. You also have things like skins, which we'll talk more about another time, and emotes, which is movements that they can make. We're going to focus on just what they're looking like. So you come in, you click body, and you can go through the different types of bases. So this is the base. This is just kind of like the main body. So you'll notice this one has facial hair. This one doesn't really have facial hair, but it has some different shading on the arms. This one's got even darker shading on the arms. Looks like you can see an elbow there. This one's almost completely no shades, like there's nothing very special. So you can choose the one that you like the best. You can also change the color. You'll see that they have all different kinds of shades of real colors, and then they also have just fun colors depending on what you want to be. So you can choose one that looks like you or something else entirely. So I'm going to go ahead and choose purple. I'm a big fan of purple. Okay, so then you can move on to the next concept. So you can mess with the eyes. You'll see some have eyebrows, some don't. So whatever suits you can certainly come here. Again, you can change the color. I'm putting this out because a lot of people that I know don't realize that you can change the color, that there's a lot that you can do here. So you could go through all different characteristics and kind of find the one that fits you the most or whatever you want to play as. I am actually going to pop over to the arms and legs because this is kind of a cool characteristic that a lot of people don't know about. So the neat thing about arms and legs is that you can design a left arm and then you can design a right arm. So they could look different, they could look the same. I think that's just really neat that they kind of have that ability to really customize your character. And then you can change the size if you want thinner arms or taller arms. And then you can head on over to the style. So you can change the top, the bottom, headgear, outerwear, all that kind of thing. One thing that's worth noting is you'll note when you come in here, like the headwear, for example, you see some that have coins. That means that you can purchase it. So on the bottom, you'll see that I can purchase it for 99 cents. Actually, for 99 cents, I would be purchasing 160 coins, and then I would have 20 left over. Or I can use my coin balance. This costs 140 coins, and you'll see your coin balance up in the top right-hand corner. Then you have some that have locks. These are done through achievements, so there are different missions or types of things you can complete in the game. And when you do that, it unlocks this so that you can use it without having to purchase it, of course. You would be doing, once you complete that mission or you complete that achievement, then it becomes available for you to use. All right, so let's go ahead and go back. You'll see that my character has been saved. If I wanted to use that character, I would just click profile to go back. I'm actually going to use this character here. She's a pretty cool lady. So we're going to come back here to our main screen. And again, you'll notice throughout that creating the character, in order to come back, I press the arrow in the top left-hand corner. I'm actually on an Android. This is similar if you're playing on an iPad. The only places that you'll kind of see things different is if you're on a computer, like a PC, or you're on like a Nintendo Switch or Xbox gaming system. All right, so let's go ahead and get our world started. We'll click play, and then we're going to click create new. So there are some templates. There are some that you can purchase. There are some that are free that you can use. We're just going to create our own because we kind of want to start from scratch and do our own little thing for now. If this is something that you're interested in, those templates, they have a lot of fun ones. And so I definitely recommend checking those out sometime. And you can also always see them in the marketplace as well, which is on the main page. So I've named our world, and then I have a couple of options. I can do survival or I can do creative. Survival is when you're having to create or generate everything that you need to use. So if you needed a pickaxe, you would have to go out and you would have to make it or create it and mine the materials for it. It's one of the more challenging ways to play the game. There's also creative. So creative means that all the pieces are just given to you. It's really just fun for building. So you can go through and you can build your world however you want it to be, because they give you all the blocks and unlimited of them. Sorry guys, you hear my cat in the background. He's a meowy one. As you see here, that if I go creative, it turns off the ability to earn achievements. So for that reason, a lot of people don't want to play in creative. They only want to play in survival mode with cheats off, which we'll talk more about in another episode. We're going to choose survival, and then you choose your difficulty. You can change your difficulty at any time. So if in the middle of the game you realize that whatever you choose is too hard or not hard enough, you can come back and change it. You'll see that there are a few different options, easy, normal, and hard. I like playing in easy because I'm not a big fan of the mobs, which we'll see more. But you can also play in peaceful, which means nothing is attacking you. There's no zombies out to get you or spiders or anything of that nature. We're going to start in peaceful because we're just going to talk through building at first, and then we'll change it to a later difficulty in another episode. Then you'll set your world preferences. Now there's a lot of things down here in the settings. We're not going to talk about all of them right now. We'll save those for another time. But the first two that I do want to talk about here are the starting map. So when you first land into your world, you're just going to land in some random spot. A starting map gives you an idea of what's around you so that you can look at the map and say, oh, there's water over here, there's field over here, there's trees over here. If you want that to just kind of come when you first land, you would select starting map on. You can also select a bonus chest. So a bonus chest, when we land in the world, will literally have nothing, but a bonus chest gives you kind of a head start. It gives you some items to start with. So it might give you a pickaxe, or it might give you, some wood to start with, just something that you didn't have to create or do yourself. I'm going to go ahead and select the bonus chest because I want you guys to see what it looks like, but we'll actually talk through how to kind of create things from scratch. The next one here is player permission. So if someone else is joining you in your world, do you want them to be able to interact with the blocks? Do you want them to be able to play normally, like being able to build things or mine? Or do you want them to be kind of an owner of the world like you are? They could use commands, or they could set different permissions to kind of control the world and what it looks like. Most commonly, you would have them be a member. All right, we're going to talk about two more things here. The world type, there's 3 different ways: flat, infinite, old. Infinite means it just continues to build. I think that's the funnest way to play, because then you can really explore as far as you want. And then seed. So there are different seeds, which is just kind of what the world gives you, that gives you more of one thing than other things. There's tons of different seeds. There are number seeds that you can go look up Minecraft seeds, and you'll find tons of pages devoted to just telling you about seeds and what their maps look like. You'll see here that the different seeds, do you want a lot of ocean monuments? Do you want a couple of mansions? Do you want to be in a snowy village? If you just let it choose the seed for you, there will be those things. Like, you're going to have a village, you're going to have a forest. They will have different biomes, which is what these are called, like different kind of areas of different types of locations. But you can choose one if you really want more of a specific thing. So we're going to leave it blank. You'll see that there's a lot of different options down here. We'll talk more about those later, but the two that I am going to change right now is show coordinates, just because that'll give you some good context on locating yourself in the game, and immediate respawn. So if we die, we want to be able to respawn right away rather than having to wait. And then we'll talk more about the cheats and all these kinds of things later. The last thing that's worth noting, because we're actually going to create it on the left-hand side, you'll see create and you'll see create on realms. If I click create, that creates the world on my device. That means that I can play it and people who use my same Wi-Fi connection can also play it. So if you have siblings that want to play it together or you want to play with your kiddo, you can click create it on the device, and everybody can join that world as long as they're using the same Wi-Fi that you're on. If I click create on realms, that enables me to play with anybody. So I could play with someone who's down the street. I could play with a friend that's in a different state because it's hosted on the web. It's hosted on a server that you can access. If you use realms, you're using kind of Minecraft servers. They allow you to have up to 10 players, but the catch is you have to have a subscription. So you have to pay $8 a month for every realm that you have. So, for example, we have a creative realm and we have a survival realm because I have family members that like to play with my kiddos. So we have a realm that everybody can join because we're all in different states. It's just worth noting that costs money. So it's something to think about how much you want to spend on this every month. And you can always cancel it at any time if you need to. But we're going to click create it just on this device. We have no reason for a realm right now. So as it builds the world, it gives you different tips.
Press open chat to open chat.
Perfect. Here we are in the middle of nowhere. And you'll see that there's just really kind of there's trees, there's woods, there's forest. The first thing that you'll notice is when we created our world, we talked about the bonus chest. And so you'll look around and you'll try to find that. And here it is. So to open something, you just click on it. And you'll see that I have a few different items here. So I have an axe, I have a pickaxe, I got some sticks over here. What is in the chest is on the right-hand side, and what is in my inventory is on the left-hand side. The inventory is what I get to carry with me. So if I want to move something from the chest, I just click on it, and then I click on the space and inventory that I want it to be in. And I do that for all of the items. There is an easier way to do this. So if you have multiple things that you want to group together, you can double click on the item and it'll bring all of those things together in one place. So for example, you'll see I have this jungle sapling on the left-hand side. When I double tap it, it'll bring all of the saplings from the chest and move it to my inventory. The same thing here with the cactus and my planks. Otherwise, I'm just moving them across to get them into my inventory. And there we go. Now I actually want to take this case with me, so I am going to use my axe, which is helpful for cutting anything that's wood. And I'm just going to tap my finger on the case until the bubble pops. And then you'll notice that I have it available to pick up. It was kind of hovering there, and I went over and I picked it up, and now you see it in my toolbar along the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and also take these torches because we will probably need those. And I'm going to break this tree a little bit just to see if I got any other torches. I don't think I did. I didn't. So to break something, you can just long press on it. So you'll see that I'm pressing down on that piece of grass. And it gave me some dirt down there that I can collect. And I just get on top of it. And you'll notice that it's now in my inventory. If I wanted to use it, maybe I wanted to put that back down, I would click on it from my inventory, put it in my toolbar, select it so that it's in my hand. You'll see that it's in the right hand side, and then I would just put it where I want it to be. I want to put that piece of dirt back where it was. And that's all we're going to talk about now. Next time we'll talk about building tools and exploring and that kind of thing, creating a home. But that's all we've got for now.